Welcome back, City of Palms podcast.
This is a special one.
Episode 100.
100 episodes.
We made it, man.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a milestone for sure. First of many.
Dude.
We'll be doing a couple hundred of these.
It's crazy to me to think 100 episodes. Each episode is at least an hour long. So we've sat here talking for like at least 150 hours.
Yeah, damn.
Think about that. And that many hours is posted on the internet for people to listen to. And we've had so many like sagas of our lives unfolded via the podcast. You know what I mean?
Wow.
My injury. We started before my injury. Both our cars. We've had multiple jobs in and out between then.
Yeah.
All the friends we've met.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, that's wild. Yeah, that's wild when you break it down like that. I don't think about it like that every day. That's crazy.
Yeah, because we just go week to week and just keep going, and then it's like, oh, episode 95, episode 96, and then before you know it,
when you get to 100
episodes.
though, when we got to 100, this is weird. Like when I was, every episode I write down in that journal, episode this, episode that, writing 3 digits, and
triple
I'm just
digits.
like, everything we do from here on out will be in the triple digits. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And then eventually quadruple. We'll be up there with Joe Rogan. Quadruple digits.
Yeah, dude. 10 years from now, we'll be there.
It's been sick, dude, too, just to see how everything develops, too. Like, if you're watching on YouTube and you see the video, like, we've decorated the studio and we got stuff all around. We got something special planned. You can see there's, like, some gold boxes over here. We're going to be playing a game today, and we'll put together a little montage of some of our favorite episodes and guests we've had on at the end of the episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, you're in for a treat. And if you're not watching on YouTube, get there. Subscribe.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
Because video is the hardest part about all this, bro. If we just did an audio podcast, dude, we would, like, feel like there would have been a lot less stress.
I know. Remember we used to.
Yeah,
Remember
we did.
Used to.
Mm-hmm.
That was easy to edit. Yeah.
For real. Upload.
Yeah.
Shoop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially now that we got, like, a mixer board and everything. You don't even got to, like, tweak it. You know what I mean? Don't got to do much to the audio.
Yeah, the whole production. We've leveled up on that tenfold since we started.
Yup. And y'all won't know this, but we upgraded the cameras today. We got some. We'll be having these camera angles lasting the whole time. Because for a long time, like, we'd have end of the episode, like, okay, we only got one camera left standing. Might as well wrap it up. Now we can just chill. You know what I mean?
We can get into it, man. Episode 100. We're here. Thank you for watching, viewing, and subscribing.
Especially you've been in here since episode 1, bro.
Oh,
if you've been here since the beginning, like, that means everything to us, for real.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've been doing it. We're going to keep doing it. We did it to shine light on talented individuals in the Southwest Florida area, and we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Who do we got today, dude?
Mar Lovacé.
Special episode.
How you doing, bro? Yeah.
Good, bro. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for coming on.
It's cool that it lined up like this, too.
I know, right?
Right? It just happened to be episode 100.
Right.
Episode
I was
100.
like, oh, wow, that's pretty sick. Like, you guys got to 100. Like, kudos, man.
Crazy.
I already know that much work putting into a podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
And we knew from the get-go that consistency was, like, the key. Regardless of whether our content was enjoyable or entertaining or anything like that. If we just kept at it, no matter what, we'll get better,
100%.
And true, like, listening back to the old episodes, it's like, bro, I just want to redo some of them. Because I'm like, bro, we really did Nate like that. Like, we had Nate Traveler, episode 1. No video. Yeah. Not a great conversation. I mean, it was a good conversation, but it could have been better.
Could have been better.
Nate's a good guy, bro.
Yeah.
That dude is something else, especially musically, bro. Like,
he's one of a kind.
Bro, his ear is insane, yo.
Oh, yeah.
I fuck with Nate heavy.
He's a good soul, too. Like,
Right.
He's just a good person to be around.
Yeah, he's definitely cool people. Like, when we went out to LA, he was just like, yo, bro, just pull up. And we just chopped it up, and he's like, yo, bro, there's this what like, cauliflower steak. And I'm like, that looks kind of pricey, but I'm gonna tap in because that shit look fire. And lo and behold, it was fire. I'm just like, yo, good looks, Nate.
Sick. That was in LA. You had that?
Yeah.
I feel like they got fire vegan food.
Honestly, if just Southwest Florida was set up like LA, I would go full vegan, no cap.
That's the thing. Somewhere like LA's got the options. You know what I mean?
I mean, you do spend the bag for sure, but in the long run, it's definitely worth it. Like, you just feel 10 times better.
Yeah,
like,
I feel
cutting out meat for real. So
Yeah, I bet.
definitely want to get back on those trains, but right now I'm kind of just going for whatever. Like whatever's near, I'm going crazy.
I'm right there with you.
Right.
Do the best you can with the dollars you got. You know.
Facts. Yo.
How was your day today, though, dude?
Well, I didn't get much sleep because I never get sleep for some reason. Like, so I went to bed at like 7 in the morning and woke up at 9, and then I've been on go ever since. So, but for the most part, it's been great. Like, I have nothing to complain about. You know, I got to see some fam, and got some work done. Anytime I do anything productive, I'm always like, all right, today's been a good day. You know?
Yeah, even if it's just one thing,
right,
you hold on to that and you're like, I did it.
Right, if you just consistently do something productive, whether it's the smallest thing or not, a day, it just turns your week better than your months, and then, you know what I'm saying? Just,
You ever have those days where you have a to-do list of like 15 overwhelming things and you're just like, dang it, and you have so many things to do, and like thinking about where to start, you end up not doing anything by the end of the day, and then you just beat yourself up.
Yeah, so like what I normally do when I get in those predicaments, because it's like every 3 days I get in those predicaments, I'll like do like some like micromanaging of like, okay, I'll list everything, and then I'll be like, okay, what's the most important, and then if they all are equally important, I'll be like, okay, which one, if I don't do, like, it wouldn't matter. And then I'll just like start just answering questions. Like, I'll ask questions and answer them, and then eventually I'll have a list of like 3, and I'm like, okay, so these are obviously the most important things that I need to do, and that makes it a little bit easier for me to, you know what I'm saying, get the ball rolling, because there's definitely those days where it's just like, yo, I got like 50 things to do today. This bed's just the vibes. It's not happening. Not today.
Yeah.
But to get out of that little rut, I kind of like gotta micromanage and be like, all right, laser focus. Let's get all this shit lined up.
Yep.
So
you got to, even just listing it, because I feel like most of the like stress comes from having all that in your brain, and if you just list it out, you know, like, okay, I have 23 things to do actually, you know, and it's like 7 of these don't really matter, so I'll do those tomorrow. And I'll even go as far as to like break it down by time sometimes. To be like, okay, this that should not take me longer than an hour. From 6 to 7, you're working on that. That shouldn't take you 30 minutes. So, you know, 20 minutes. Let's work on that.
That's a little hack though. People sleep on like time blocking their shit. Like, I know a lot of people that kind of just want to do things like in a very like sporadic moment, but I'm just like, bro, I'm telling you plan out something, because I used to be a very like all over the place sporadic person, but like, it's true, bro. The more organized, the more planning you do, it definitely shows.
Yeah,
it definitely shows.
And it's a careful balance to like practice mindfulness and like being present and enjoying the moment and not like looking too far forward, but also like even just going as far as like on your Sunday, plan your days of the week and like what things you got to do, like what priorities you have those days.
Right.
And it gets tough. He's got me on like cutting yourself off. Like, give yourself 2 hours to do something. If you got like several different projects to work on that are all like way different, give yourself 2 hours, and then once the 2 hours is up, stop, move on to the next thing. Don't like let it drag out and like overwhelm you or whatever.
100%. That's exactly like how I do when it's like when it comes to like mixing or doing a beat. I don't try to like, I try to make it just like effortless. Like whatever I'm doing, I try just not to put too much stress on it and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give myself like an hour 15 on this. Or sometimes be like, you know what, I might get myself a little 15 on this beat real quick, just to, because like normally your first instincts are your best, especially when it comes to music. Like when you first hear the beat or whatever and your first thoughts, you got to get those down quickly, like, because that's normally the hit. With the more times, like obviously, like you can come back and record it and things like that, but the more times you sit there and you try to listen to the beat and try to come up with this, it starts to turn into like a force thing.
Yeah, I've heard that. It becomes too overworked.
Right. Like, and that's one thing about my workflow is like, I don't like forcing anything. Like, there's a lot of artists that I've worked with that like, I definitely probably could have forced something with, but I was just like, if we work, I want it to be organic and I want it to actually sound like it's something that I helped with, you know what I mean? Not something like I just fabricated just because I want to get this placement or something like that. So like, I'm super huge on just like time blocking and not really forcing, just kind of just like going with the flow type vibes.
Yeah. Because I feel like listeners can like sniff that out immediately
100%.
too. With like when it comes to features or like or collaborations or production or anything like that, it's like you can almost immediately tell when it's like just a little too forced, you know?
Right.
Same with art, too. Like, that's why I had to do time blocking, because there would be times where I'd have, like, several commissions of all sorts of different, like, types of art to do, and it's hard. Like, if I'm feeling like drawing a Dragon Ball Z type dude,
Right.
and I have to draw, like, something way in a different spectrum or whatever, it's like, by the time the art's done, I wasn't hyped on it, and then it doesn't even look that cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I wasn't hyped on it.
100%.
So it's tough.
No, 100%. And being creative is just tough in general, especially with all of the competition today. Like, everyone can do something. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's you just gotta figure out the ways to make you a little bit different. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So
Heck yeah. Yeah, I want to ask too because man, we first heard of you, or at least me. I don't know. I think you, when we had Sling on for the first time. Like we said, he was like episode 7.
Sling is the GOAT, bro. That's my.
And he kept
That's
shouting
my
you out.
boy.
That's what he said
kept
about you.
shouting out.
Yeah, he said
my
the same
boy,
thing
bro.
about you.
That's like, that's a day one. Like,
Yeah.
for real. Like, I've known this man since like middle school. And
Okay.
I only got
Okay.
like 2 or 3 people that I've known from middle school that I really still chop it up with, but that's my nigga right there. Shout out to Sling. That's my boy.
Yeah, shout out Sling.
Yes, sir. That's my guy.
So on that note too, you're obviously, at least to us, I don't know if you probably don't see, you might not see yourself this way, but to us you're like legendary status in the community.
Bro, that's super humbling. I appreciate you
It's
guys.
like a mythical creature. In South Dakota,
yeah.
Cape Coral, you know?
Yeah, I'm whatever. You know, I do a little something here and there.
Yes, sir.
But I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Of course. I want to know though, like how'd you get there, or at least to start, like when did you know, like, man, maybe I could take this, like maybe I do got this.
Okay.
Per se,
When
you
did
know?
I know? Well, I mean,
When you had the sauce.
yeah, when I had the sauce, but nah. So like I started like when I was like, I don't know, like 15, 14ish, and like I was big on skating. Like, I used to be a skater. I had my
What?
little Brotherhood board
heck
going
yeah.
crazy.
Sick.
Heck yeah.
Shout out, brother,
Going
dude.
crazy. I still
Heck
got
yeah.
it at the crib.
Oh,
And like
wow.
every now and then I'll be like, yeah, let me see if I could still do like
A
little
Brotherhood
heel
board.
flip. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's legendary, bro.
Yeah. I got one. This is like one dude. I guess he got locked up for some weird stuff. I forgot his name. We just talked about it the other day. But he's like, it's like almost like a rare little board now, and it's probably gonna be worth money, and so I stopped skating on it. But so I used to do that, and then like I went over to my dad's house. He stayed in Miami or whatever, and like I was nerdy. I loved doing like graphic design. I thought I was gonna be the next graphic designer, skater, going like I thought that was gonna be my life. And then I went over and he was like, had this like program on his computer, and I'm just like, yo, what type of game is that? That shit looks fucking gas, yo. And he was like, this isn't a game, bro. And then he pressed play, and it was like music playing. I'm like, yo. He's like, yeah, this is what you use to make music. See these little blocks here and there? Yeah, these are like sequences. So then he like kind of like told me stuff about the program and things like that. And then after that, I just nerded out. And then from then on, I didn't do anything else. I stopped skating. I stopped doing graphics. I don't know why. I just felt like it was like something I was supposed to do.
Yeah, like called you.
Bro, it was insane. Like nothing ever caught my attention like that. I was just like, boom. And then it was that's all I thought. That's all I thought about. That's all I did. That's all I tried to progress in. And then that brought me over to middle school. I was doing it in middle school, and then high school, and then that's when I met like me and Sling knew about each other in middle school, but we traveled in different circles. And then high school was kind of like when we connected. And then he was like the first artist. There was other artists, but he was like the first artist that I really, really locked in with. Like I would go over to his crib, and then like have my little weak ass setup, like with this like $10 mic and like a little interface, and we would just record little records that we'd get played at school, and we thought we were hot shit and shit like that. And then from there we just kind of progressively gotten better and worked with different artists here and there. And just the more artists that I learned, like the more artists that I tried to work with, the broader my horizon was as far as like what I thought of while I'm like engineering or making the beat, how to make it sound better, how to make it appease to this type of audience and this type of audience at the same time. Because like the thing about like producing is like you gotta like everyone knows how to make beats now. There's like literally 2,000,000 gajillion producers out there. But it's like what sets you apart, you know what I mean? So that's something that I like that was my driving factor, was always trying to be set apart. Even if I make something like in a lane, there's gonna be a vibe about it that's like, you know what, this sounds like something kind of, but I don't know why I like this so much. And that's like the emotion that I try to bring out in like all my music. So yeah, that's kind of like the basis on how I got to where I'm at, is that particular fact right there, for sure.
That must have been so special too, you and Sling like starting out together and continuing together, because like he was probably just figuring himself out as an artist just as much as you were. So together y'all were like, you know, figuring out music, figuring out like what works for you, your styles and everything.
Right, 100%. Like even Tista, like he was like used to be Trapper Jack, but now it's Tista. I've known him forever too, and like that's another person that I kind of locked in with once we, you know what I'm saying, connected on some stuff, and he had a nice little bounce and wave to him too, where we kind of like developed some things. And yeah, it's just like I like to grow with artists. I've never been the chasing placement, chasing build. Like I obviously want to hit, like don't get it twisted, I want one, but I put more effort into developing with an artist, and I feel like that it just, you can hear it in the music because it's not forced. A lot of these records are being forced because it's sending through emails. No one's in the room anymore.
Yeah,
you feel me? So it's like when I'm making the beat in the room with him and or whoever I'm with, and they're like getting a vibe and we're like catching everything on the fly, everything's like organic.
That's
and
special.
Exactly, and you can hear it. You know what I mean? It's not like scouring hours on YouTube and just like, oh, okay, here's a beat, let me just, you know what I mean? So it's like there's just like a different vibe to that I feel like people kind of gravitate towards.
Yeah. Do you remember, is there a particular song you remember being like one of your first ones that was super fire? Like that when it, like whether it did well numbers wise or like within your circles, if it was that long ago, still in school and everything?
Sheesh. There was a couple of records that we did in school that like our school liked really like a lot. I just can't remember everything because my memory is kind of like dog shit.
I feel it.
But like as far as like my first like when I thought like, oh shit, like I might have done something, is when I like, there was this one dude named Devin Hayes, shout out to him wherever he's at doing whatever he is, but like we charted on iTunes and I'm like, oh shit, this man's going crazy. And then like I got to go like on a couple of days on his tour, and like to see a packed crowd with songs that I produce, and like they were in my room, like, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like
that's sick.
Yeah, we've both definitely progressed sonically, because like looking back on it, it was definitely like we could have done better in hindsight, you know what I mean? But it's like for like our age at the time and what we were doing, it was just like insane. Like, and now he's like super popping somewhere, and I got my situations. Like even though we like kind of like parted, it was not on like some like super bad terms. It was just like, hey bro, I'm moving to da 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 da. I'm like, oh, that's super sick, bro. I'm glad you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you got that, bro.
Yeah.
Like go crazy. So like every now and then we like touch bases, but like as far as like first time like thinking like, oh snaps, that would probably be it. Like
sick. And he's still making music?
Yeah, he's still making music. He makes a completely different genre. Oh, and my boy Pelly as well. Like back in the like when Twitter first started out, like we would be out here going to like parties and stuff like that, and he was like super popping out here because like he would just freestyle at all the parties. Like him and Sling would, yeah. But we would literally go to parties and shit like that just so like they can snap and like just shit on people, and just like
light it on fire and go
right, and then slide. And that's another thing that kind of like helped me, like because people knew me from like working with that, and there was a couple other artists that were kind of like bubbling up that I was working with. So I've always been around talented people. That's, I feel like, what has set me apart is because I always was able to find what, like, not necessarily they're missing, but enhance what they already have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like that's kind of how, like, I, like, got to where I'm at, you know?
Yeah.
Did you learn through all of that, like getting started and up to those moments? Did you learn any instruments, or was it strictly on the program that whole time?
I don't know how to play anything, but I mean, I say that, but then like I can play the guitar just a little bit, and I obviously know how to play the piano a little bit, but I'm not like Beethoven going ding ding ding.
Mm-hmm.
Like mostly everything that I do is like I actually didn't really mess with any type of piano or any type of instrument until like 2 years ago, because I knew how to play QWERTY. Like, you know how like on your keyboard it says Q, you know what I'm saying, like typing keyboard, that's what they're called. So I knew how to play chords off of the letters. Like Q would be C5,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and like so I would be like typing on my keyboard playing chords, and I'm like, I thought I was gonna get popping off that because I'm like, this, no one's doing this, you know what I mean? Like if someone saw me coming up with a whole beat off of just my typing keyboard, they'd be like, bro. So I thought that was gonna be my like saving grace, but then I got old, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should probably pick up an instrument. So like I kind of know the piano, guitar, I'm like whatever at, but I'm not like the craziest like pianist. I would more say I'm like a FL Studio playlist trapper for sure. I go crazy in the playlist sometimes, but yeah, like for the most part though, like on a lot of Sling shit though, I pretty much play a lot. You know what I mean? Just because like I don't know, he's like I'm super comfortable with him. You know what I mean? So it's like he'll just be vibing there and be like, go crazy. I'm like, all right, bet. Ding 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 ding, and then we have a record.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
That must feel good. That must be such a good feeling.
For real.
It is. Just because like 9 times out of 10 someone pulls up, they're just like, yo, I don't really have any idea. I'm just like, okay, so I have to grab something from the sky. Fire. No direction.
Yeah.
Going either. No? Okay, fire. Great. So then I have to like, okay, what can I come up with? And when it actually turns into something and then people start gravitating towards it, you're just like, I literally just came up with that. Like, out of nowhere.
Crazy.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even his, like, he got a record that he's about to drop soon that I'm just like, it's just crazy how it came up. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like an organic situation, kind of like how I was saying. Like, we just locked in. He was like, yeah, I don't know. You got any ideas? I'm just like, sure. And then we kind of just came up with something, and I think it's gonna be fire. Like I like his new record a lot that he's about to release.
Heck yeah.
For sure.
Heck yeah.
I'm stoked for that too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a minute since I've heard stuff from Sling.
Yeah, like he did like Space Station, which it did pretty well. But the thing about Sling was like there was a moment in time where he was really trying to find himself as a person. You know what I mean? Like, cause like he's battled with certain things his whole life, so there was a time where he kind of like had to like lay low from the music for a while and was like, okay, I need to focus on my sanity. You know what I mean? But now he got right. He's getting right. You know what I mean? So now it's like he's on go mode again. So
Heck yeah.
Very stoked for that then.
Yeah.
The rebirth.
Yes, sir.
Because I really liked. I don't remember the name of the project, but it was he released it like maybe 2020 or maybe early 2021.
I know what you're talking about.
Right around COVID.
Yeah, I've been too savage, right?
Yeah. No. It was after that. It was with. It had the song.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Hope,
about.
Fear / Hope.
Yeah.
That was my favorite track from the
Yeah.
project, but that I really enjoyed because it got deep, dude. Like it talks about a lot of that stuff, just
Yeah.
being like that song in particular. Like,
Yeah, Fear Hope was crazy. My boy, well, he was called Curiosity, but now it's just Logan Ward. He played the guitar on that, and then like I just kind of just brought it to life, like as far as like Sling and things like that. Because the crazy part about that record is I actually wasn't able to get to a studio to mix that, so I had like these bullshit like little pink Beats headphones, and I had to like dial in. I'm like, yo, there's a whole frequency spectrum that I'm not getting, so I really gotta lock in and make sure this shit sounds fire, because I can't hear a lot of the frequencies that, you know what I mean. But we were able to get that, and I felt like out of all the records on that tape, that was the one I put the most time in because of how introspective it was and how important it was to me too. Like, because he was getting his shit off. Like, I felt like if you don't like any other song on that project, you have to feel that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just put the majority of my time into that one for sure.
And it paid off too, because the whole part where he's saying like, "I'm terrified of this, I'm
he
terrified of
started
that, I'm
spazzing,
terrified of this, I'm terrified of
He
that."
started
Like
spazzing.
it, like you feel that dude, you get goosebumps
Every time.
because you can relate. You know, like what he's talking about, whether or not you like deal with the same things, you're dealing with things too. You know.
Right, yeah, for sure. Like that's another reason why. Like I thought it was special as soon as I got the vocals. I'm just like, okay, I gotta snap. Like, cause if you half-ass this, there's certain nuances that I added to the record that it just like brought out some emotion, like that I probably wouldn't have done if it wasn't that interesting. You know what I mean? Like it's just how he recorded it, cause that's the most important thing about a record is honestly how it's recorded. Like the beat is important, but if you want to get a great mix, it all stems from the recording. Like.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge. And it was just tracked really well. And I was able to just turn it into a final record, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's definitely a special record for sure.
Do you have a personal favorite song that you made? Just like your personal favorite?
Personal favorite.
Yeah, of anything. Doesn't have to be with Sling either.
Personally, I don't, because it's so hard. Because I make so many, like.
Oh, I imagine.
It's like picking a favorite kid. Like
no, that's literally what it is. It's like picking a favorite kid. Like, I've worked with so many different artists, and like certain moments are special to me and things like that. Even if the record doesn't do that well, you know what I mean? It's just like the time that was put into it, the meaning behind it, the emotion behind it, the way we got there. There's just so many different scenarios into what goes on into each individual record.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it would just be hard for me to choose out of the hundreds that I've done. You know what I mean? Like it's like, but I mean, there's obviously ones that perform well, and there's ones that don't perform that crazy. But in the grand scheme of things, it's still like even the ones that don't perform as like well is subjective, because you know what I mean, like it could still do a couple thousand or a million or whatever it is, and like you don't think it performed that well because you think in your head the potential at what it's supposed to perform at isn't where it actually is.
Yeah,
so
like if it wasn't recorded good or something.
Exactly.
Like, if only that, then you know.
Exactly. So it's like everything's subjective in that sense. But yeah, it'd be hard for me to just choose one record. There's a lot of moments that I do enjoy, like, you know, that I can name off top, but I couldn't just narrow it down to one. It would take me hours.
Yeah. Is there one that you know of that performed particularly well, like over other songs you've done, or which one has performed the best? I don't know if you know those numbers off the top of your head.
Which one has performed the best?
Because some of Sling's songs have really popped off, right?
Yeah, Sling has had a couple records that have gone crazy. But there's like, excuse me, there's a couple of different artists that I've worked with that have gotten like a lot of plays. You know what I mean? So it's like there was a moment in time where I was like SoundCloud popping. That's another thing. Like there's like been like milestones in every like segment of my life. Like there was a time where I was working with Vague and Ave often a lot, Joy Vague and Ave often, and we were super huge on the SoundCloud wave. Like if you type in my name on SoundCloud right now, you'd see millions. I was dummy lit on Twitter.
Damn.
Yeah, like
Damn.
So there was like a segment in time where I was like in the SoundCloud rapper producer wave, and all of those performed really, really well. But that's because like Vague, he's like although he's like kind of slept on out here, he's like his pen is crazy, but he's just like introverted like me, and like he don't really like to be seen that much. He don't ever really be popping out, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he's never really gotten the shine he deserves because he's not in front of the camera as much as he always should have been, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But all of those performed dummy. Like you could, they're still out there today. You can literally just type in my name and you'll just see 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. It just goes down.
Damn.
Yeah.
Crazy. How often do you get on the mic? Because
I'm retired. I'm a retired vet. I do write for the majority of, like, I write a lot. Like, because, like, artists don't understand, like, when you're giving them melodies, that's writing. But I don't like to take credit for that because I don't want any artist to ever feel slighted that they have to put, oh, he wrote, like, I don't want them to have that, like, he didn't write all of this, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, like, I just help with the record. Like, my job is, like, to be a record enhancer. And if you want to give me credit for, like, if I write the hook, then obviously I'm going to be like, bro, my guy. You know what I mean? But if I'm writing a couple bars here, giving you, like, melodies, saying, no, this melody would be way better switched out with this, I just feel like that's just one of the coats that I wear now. You know what I mean? Like, as an engineer, that's one of the things that separates me from you going to Joe Smo with, like, a little setup at his crib and he's just making your vocals sound clean. You're going to come to me with the record. I'm going to give you ideas that you probably wouldn't have got from Buddy because he's not a writer. But the thing about me was I've recorded music before and I know what works and what doesn't. I've written songs for multiple people and I saw the songs that performed well. There's background vocals of me on tons of songs out there that you will never figure out though, because I tuck them so crazy. Like I just be like, look, bro, I know you can't hit this note right now, so I'm gonna just do it for you, and then I'm gonna just tuck it. People still gonna think it's you. It's okay. Yeah, but you'll never find them. Wow. You'll never figure it out. That's one of the things that I try to do. But yeah, I've been trying to get into my writing. Like I have one record right now that I was like, yo, I kind of snapped, but it was literally, I was just bullshitting. I freestyled something, and I was just trying to get like I got a new compressor at the crib, and I was just trying to get the compressor settings right before my session, and I didn't want to do it while he got there and waste like half of his session because we literally just got it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just fuck around with these settings, make sure everything's copacetic by the time he gets here. Then I freestyled, and I'm just like, oh wow, this record is actually crazy. And then Sling, here he goes again. He pulled up and our session was over, and then he's asked like, bro, you haven't been recording? Like, you got the setup now? Like, what's up? I'm like, I mean, the only thing I recorded in the last 6 months was this, because, you know what I mean, I got this compressor, and I played it for him. He's like, bro, I just don't understand. I'm just like, what? He's like, bro, how are you this fucking talented and you just don't choose to do it? I'm just like, well, it just would take too much time, like, to like try to be an artist and do this, and I'm not like much of an on the camera type person, you know what I mean? Like, you guys you've seen like kind of how I've progressed over the years. I've always been in, like, you know what I'm saying, just behind the scenes, but it's like, I don't know, it's just I don't know, it's just not something that I've like gravitated towards too much. But I mean, I could always do it, but I don't know. It's not. I mean, have you guys ever recorded records?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, you just like, I know my lane. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know
Plus, if you have too many irons in the fire, like, you becoming an artist could be dope and awesome, but it could potentially like take away from the producing, or vice versa. That's literally
what I be trying to explain to people. I'm like, bruh, if I start to become an artist, something is gonna lack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's either my production, my engineering, or my time working with you guys. It's like one of those is gonna lack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's probably gonna be working with y'all because I'll be so worked up on my stuff. So I was just like, I'd rather just like enhance records for right now, and then if it ever makes sense, it makes sense. But it just hasn't made any sense yet. You know what I mean? And it might not ever, but it might. You know what I mean? Who knows? I might run into a situation where there's like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you should we might give you this little bag here, and like maybe you should try to go into that world, and then in that case I'll be like, well, sign me up. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
But as of right now, it just doesn't make any sense.
Has it ever worked out? I mean, I'm sure it has with Sling, but has it ever worked out where you're enhancing the track you're working on or whatever, or you're providing some sort of bars, and it's just developed into you doing a full-blown feature on the song?
Bro. Yes.
Because you've done...
There's some records where I'm just like, bro, at this point, I might as well just say it myself for real. But they've never, like, they normally don't see the light. So, like, it's just like, there are instances where it's just like, I'm like the workhorse in the whole record. Like, I just made the beat and now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm writing the lyrics and then, like, I'm giving you the melodies, and like now I'm in my head like, this is my song now. Like, what are we doing here? I need some type of help here, but yeah, like for the most part, yeah. Like I've done one record because I owed Sling something, and he was like, "Bro, do a song." I'm like, "Bro, no, I don't want to." But other than that, I stay away. I try to stay away, man. Like I'll lay a reference down any day, give you some melodies, go crazy, but I try to stay away.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What's that one? Is the only song you have on major platforms? Is it called "Clock Out"?
Clocked in, and
Clocked
that's coming down soon, guys. Listen while you can. But yeah, that was another one where I was writing it for a placement. Like, it wasn't even for me. I was writing it to sell it. And then it was a whole song. And I'm just like, well, it's here now. I might as well just put it out. So I just put it out. Like, I didn't put any marketing in it. I just, like, cover art. Hey, dropping a song. And then that was that. And never looked at it again. Because that's not something I, like, actively was pursuing. You know what I mean? It was nice, like the little, you know what I'm saying, people fuck with it heavily out here. And every time I was about to take it down, they'd be like, bro, no, I work out to it still. So I'm just like, okay. But that was just like a little record that I was trying to, like, the melodies were the main thing I was trying to sell. You know what I mean? And it just turned into something where it was just like, well, it's here now. And I really don't want it to go to waste because I put time into the beat. You know what I mean? I put the time into that little mix that I did. I didn't put crazy time into the mix. Like, it's whatever. But it was like I put effort into it. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to put it out. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't like as far as me sonically, like if I were to put out music, I probably wouldn't put it out like that. Like the way, just the type of vibe. I would go like way different. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't be the lane I would try to adopt for real.
True. Yeah. I wanted to ask, what do you use now as far as keyboard setup wise?
Okay,
like
so
if you're just chilling at home.
Like I think I got like a little 40 something, like a small little piano type vibe, and then I use FL Studio for production. Sometimes I even mix in there still. Just all depends on the song. Like I use Pro Tools now. I've only been using Pro Tools for like a year and a half. Like it's super new, but the main reason why I even started using Pro Tools is because I was working with TB a lot, and like I literally was telling him like, bro, I gotta learn Pro Tools because like I felt like we were about to start really moving around. I don't know why. Like I was just like, bro, I gotta learn Pro Tools. He's like, bro, why? Like you snap in FL Studio. Your FL Studio. I'm like, yeah, bro, but I gotta learn Pro Tools, like just in case we start going here. And then we just started going places. And I'm just like, I sat in the room the other day and I thought about it. I'm like, yo, I really spoke that into existence. Like that shit's crazy.
I called you.
Right. So like I learned that specifically just so people could save bread at going to these major studios and things like that. Because you go and try to book an 8-hour block at 90% of the studios in Miami, that's some bread. You feel me? So the fact that I kind of can work it, you know what I mean, and like get us to where we need to be and get like a decent rough out of the situation now is like huge money saver. And it was just like a way that I could show like him, like I'm investing in him as well too, because bro, TB. I've done things for TB sonically that I probably would never do for anyone else just because of how much I believe in that man, bro. And sometimes I don't even think he sees how much like potential he has, like, you know what I mean, like, because he's just so like he's so eager, like he's like the most eager person I've ever met. Like he needs it right now, when he wants it, like, you know what I mean. And it's just like, so like it was just like one of those things where it's just like kind of showing like, bro, I really fuck with your shit, bro. Like this is me showing like my investment in you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because you're not gonna get anywhere without any help. Like that's something that I had to learn the hard way. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I see some type of talent, I'm gonna try to help it come to light. You know what I mean? So yeah, I learned Pro Tools for that specific reason.
Heck yeah. How was that, learning that opposed to FL Studio?
Did it take a while?
No, it was pretty easy, but I just hated it because I'm like FL Studio gang.
Yeah, it must be hard to jump around.
Yeah, it's not even. It's just like the feeling I get when someone, like, I go into these studios, right, and someone's just like, "Yo, this mix is crazy." I'm like, "I did it on FL." Drops mic. And then you look at like, I've almost gotten signed off of that specific fact alone. He was there to witness it.
Dang.
Like it was just like, oh snap. So you know what I mean? Like I didn't even think niggas really fucked with like FL like that, but it was just like, it's such an anomaly that people like engineer in FL like, and well, that I did it specifically for that reason as well. Like, it's just because I didn't know anyone that was good at it. Like I knew a whole bunch of engineers that were good at Pro Tools. Like you just hit up the facility, they all snap. Every single one of them. They all have the, like Eddie and Promo and Cappy. They all have their own approach to how they go about getting a record done. You know what I mean? So I feel like FL Studio, it gives me like a different path on how I'm coming about mixing a record. So that's why I was sticking with it so much. But 9 times out of 10, everything is routed to Pro Tools at these bigger studios. So kind of got to know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so.
Yeah. Have you ever worked with any of those guys on projects? Any of the facility guys?
Yeah. Actually, pretty soon you're going to be able to book me there.
Oh, what?
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's huge.
Yeah. So
Sick, man.
but basically I've worked with Cappy multiple times. He's like, bro, he's like the most humble, cool nigga like you'll ever meet, bro. Like but I like how he moves, bro. Like he's like me, but like he doesn't like being in front of the camera like that. You know what I mean? He just likes to let his work speak for himself. So,
That's so dope.
Yeah, so like I love that aspect about him. Like he's just like, yeah, I kind of just snapped and went crazy and hit Billboard and did this and this and this, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna vibe. right. Y'all can go talk. Yeah, you know what I mean. But and Eddie, we just played basketball like 3 days ago. Like 8 or what time was it? Like 9 and 10 in the morning. Like he's like my boy, and so is Promo. Like we all talk all the time and
That's so sick.
nerd out about engineering. Like we have like this little, like anytime I'll book over there or I'm there for a session, unfortunately like the first 15 minutes of whoever session it is, it's just us talking about some like engineering and it's like nerding out, you know what I mean? So like I'm super tight with everyone over there, you know what I mean? So,
What a powerful squad, bro.
right, and it's just so low key too, like you would never know, you know, like we just kind of like come together and like, oh well, you know, this plug-in, you know, well this piece of gear really like, I like the sound, you know what I'm saying? Like they go, Eddie's like top tier, like he knows so much that people don't even, like the nuances that he puts in his music, like when he engineers is so crazy, and it just sucks because I feel like it gets like people don't even peep, like when he'll like if he sends me a mix, I'll be like time code 130, bro. You snapped on that delay. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but that's what we do it for, like kind of just our little group.
Like the average listener wouldn't catch.
Yeah, no, like we all came to the conclusion, like no one gives a fuck. No one cares about the little delay throw that you put. Like they just like it if it's not like they just like a song that sounds good. You know what I mean? They're not studying what is making it sound good. They just like it if it sounds good. But we kind of do it just because, like, you know, to appease our ears. That's what you pay us for. That's what you come to our, you know what I'm saying? That's what you book us for, to, you know, make your record appease everyone, including our ears, you know? So, yeah, but shout out to them. Shout out to everyone at the facility.
For sure.
Yeah.
How often do multiple producers, like, are all in the same room working on the same project? Because is it ever like too many cooks in the kitchen type vibe where like everyone has their own kind of styles? And
Well, I've been in camps where it pretty much just depends. Like there's some people that like are very closed off, but like you can kind of bring them in if you're a people person and know how to speak. It's really not that hard to work with people. Like what put me on to like working with people was No Sorries, honestly, because I had to work with so many people that I normally probably wouldn't have hit up, or you know what I'm saying. It got me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but yeah, it's not that hard. Like even with some of the records that are coming out, like I call up my boy Wavy J. He's dummy nice at like piano, bass, guitar. He's a musician, like a true musician, bro. Like this man is crazy. And like I'll call him up like, hey yo, got this record I need you to go crazy on, and then he'll be like, all right, bet, and it'll be me, him, and maybe like a couple other people, and just go crazy. And it's just the thing about it is the more organic the relationships are between everyone and like the vibe, the better the records come out. So essentially it's normally just very easy for me because I only work with people that I know would mesh well. Like I only put people together in the room that I know will mesh well.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But I've never really had any issues with, you know, collabing or too many cooks or things like that. Like obviously, like you don't need 12 people to make a beat.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like honestly, you don't need like more than 2, but it's whatever, you know.
Dude, mixing and mastering is one thing that like just engineering is one thing that's always kind of just like I don't like comprehend how important it is because I don't really know what exactly, you know, how a song goes from like the recording to this to that to the mix and mastered fully like finished postable thing, you know.
Right.
Like what is it, what are like the biggest things you can tell when a song is poorly mixed and mastered to when it's polished clean? Like what is all that?
Well, basically, like, I mean, to be fair, it's 2021. There's no such thing as a bad mix anymore. Like, Look at Me was an X record, and he used like horrible equipment.
Yeah,
the mix was peaking. It was absolutely recorded like dog shit.
You ever listen to that song in headphones?
Yes.
It's rough sometimes. You ain't got good ones.
But the thing about it is that horribly mixed record fit the aesthetic of the song.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not it's really like that's what I feel like goes into a good mix. It's not necessarily how clean you can get the record, because I've had mixes where I made it top notch clarity and the dude be like, "Hey bro, this song sounds too clean." And I was just like for a while I'm just like, I've never heard that in my life. Like you literally paid me to make the record as best as but like once I got a little bit older, I'm just like, okay, it's not a clean thing. It's an aesthetic, it's a vibe thing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you need that peaking for that song for it to go triple platinum because of the way the beat knocks. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you need that grit and distortion from it peaking and things like that. It's not necessary. That's how I can tell if a mix is well, is like how well did they do it aesthetically for the genre, for the type of beat that it's in. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's the vibe of the song is essential, and like how everything kind of comes together and the sonics of it is how like I determine it, you know.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, like tracking is the most important part of a mix. Like if you don't record the record how it's supposed to be recorded, it doesn't matter who's up behind the tables mixing it. It does not matter. Like it's gonna come out not at the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. And I don't think that's what like people don't focus on that enough. Like everyone's focusing on like what's your chain, what plugins. It's like, bro, you can bypass all of that almost if you just track the record properly. You know what I mean? Understand what goes into pre-compression and understand what goes into like the vocal projection of the artist, you know, like get good takes of the artist, comp them. Those are small little things that can make your mix sound a million times better that people don't focus on really because they're like a little bit more on the tedious side. Everyone can just go download a Lil Uzi preset online and just slap it on their vocals and then said the song's done, you know what I mean? But it takes a real engineer to peep like, okay, well, you need to track this way, you know what I mean? You need to project your voice this way. So yeah, that's kind of how I like gauge. And like, you know what I'm saying, like when there's certain effects, like I can tell when like an engineer is really trying to like be like, I'm an engineer, you know what I mean? Like, and when like they're putting all these extra effects that don't really need to be on it just because they can and they know what they do, like, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much how I like see it.
Are there any like major label artists in the industry that are known for that, like unorthodox, other than X, any others that are known for that? Because that's something that my ear doesn't pick up on.
Are there any producers?
Oh yeah.
Broke that pen.
What do you mean, like producers that like
kind of have that like
that unorthodox
more grungy
mix.
sound?
Oh, like to be honest, like I honestly think like if, even Tyler the Creator's album, right? Like there was some mixes on there that I thought were complete dog shit, but the way it was presented and like how like I don't know, the aesthetic of it just fits. Like I honestly think Tyler the Creator had the best album of the year, way better than CLB, and I'm a Drake diehard fan. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of, it's just mixing is another thing that's subjective. Like there's probably certain songs where the mix was absolutely horrible but it did 10 gajillion plays and everyone loves it. And I hear that there's peaking and there's a story, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, there's no such thing as a good mix anymore because everything works. There's people that are on TikTok getting millions of plays recording off of their phone. Like people are doing whole records off of their phone and charting. Jeez. Like that's just, it's not how it used to be. Like back in the day, clarity and things like that were important, and it's still kind of important now, but it's more or less like the vibe of the song and the aesthetic and how it's presented. You know.
Yeah.
You see that in other artistry too. Like I remember he saw something on TikTok a while back, and he was like outraged because someone was making paintings where all they did was like put a bunch of paint on a canvas and put it up to a drill. And just hit the thing, and it went, and it made it like go everywhere. And Danny's like,
selling for like $300-$400 a pop.
This art's selling for so much. You've been doing art for how long, Brian? You spend how long on your things? And they're doing this with that, and it's like that though. It's like it's art. It's subjective. Right. It's like you don't have to be like a formally trained painter from like some college or something to be successful. Exactly. It's art. So it's like at the end of the day, you could have just used a pencil you found in the trash and like the table and make a masterpiece. You know? Exactly,
because like. At the end of the day, it's just like the old saying, like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. So it's like the demand for the art essentially is like the value that someone else puts on it. So it's like you can be Mozart, you can be dummy nice with the pencil, going crazy, painting crazy, but if you don't have like the demand there to like buy it, then your art's worth exactly what you put it up for. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's like. It's just subjective, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's whoever's on the opposite end looking at it, they determine the price, the consumer. is the person that determines the price.
Yeah.
You know.
And as much as it's discouraging to the people who like do know how to like mix something and make it crystal clear clean, like, and you see something that just is recorded like shit or whatever, like popping off, it's discouraging in that regard, but encouraging to the artists, because it really shows that you don't need to have like, you don't need to be in like an industry quality studio, you don't need to, you can really pop off just like on your laptop or whatever, just with what you have, if it complements your art, you know, if it's calling you, and like that's, you know what I mean?
Right. No, for sure. Like, most of my highest streamed songs that I've been a part of have normally been in my room. Like, my room here, my room there. Like, that's with the bare minimum. Like, that's just what it is, you know what I mean? But I've always been good at working with what I have. Like, but essentially you don't need the, like, even with you guys, like, you started off with your phone or whatever, and now, you know what I mean? Like, if you didn't start doing it off with your phone, you wouldn't be at episode 100. You feel me? So it's like, you just gotta start doing something. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's about how you work with what you got. You know?
Yeah, and then it starts to just like you said with learning Pro Tools and all that. It's like it gets to a point where it just makes sense, and it just to you feels like there's no other thing that has to happen. It's just like that's what has to happen, you know?
Right.
And it's like with our equipment situations, we like started with what we had, and then it got to a point where it's like, okay, this is a pain in the ass to edit every week because we have like this limited equipment. So let's invest like $100 in that, and it'll make it 10% like easier.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, these recordings come out like shit so much. We need an actual mixer board. We need to like get something more industry level. Put that investment in. Got some new mics and stuff.
Right.
And then you know, and it just goes one step at a time until eventually, because some people get stuck on that. They think they need to invest like $15,000 or something to get like the nicest mics, the nicest like setup, the boom arms, the this, the that, and then their podcast will be great. But at the end of the day, you know, no matter how much money you put into it, if you don't know how to podcast,
exactly. But that's the thing with you guys. Like, that's another thing where I feel like it's more important to start off with things that aren't that good, because you understand why you need them.
Yeah.
Before, you're just going off of what you see, so you think you need them, but you don't know whether it's working. You don't understand the setup that it takes to work them properly. You know what I mean? Yeah. The setup that you guys have, you problem solve to get. Like, okay, well, this is a problem, so we're going to get this to solve that problem. Not, let's just buy a whole bunch of podcast equipment and go crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even like if we want to, like, if we know we want to take it a step further, like, okay, we got this down, we can have conversations, we know how to do the video thing, but if we want to go live, we need like these two pieces of the thing. So if we save up for that, then we can then have live podcasts too. And then it's like, you know, just, and it's like that with art, like a musical art too, where it's like if you're an artist and you're wanting to do like, I don't know, something with auto-tune, you obviously need to have some sort of capability to like do that, you know? You can't just do that with your cell phone recording or whatever.
100%. Yeah, you definitely gotta like make sure like you know what your equipment is doing. Like, because you can go out and buy, like, I can go buy this camera tomorrow and I could probably make the worst video you guys have ever seen. And you'd be like, how did you even do that? The settings already, like, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
It's got to be the same with the programs too, though, right? Like, when I was learning Premiere, it's like I just used some like free app or whatever that you could edit videos on, and it was similar to Premiere and stuff, but it like didn't have nearly the functionality that the industry program has.
Right.
So when I moved to Premiere, it was super overwhelming, but I just had to like literally take it one step at a time, because it's like we talked on Judah's podcast about there's no book, there's no like manual on how to do it. You gotta like, okay, I'm editing a podcast, how do I import footage? All right. And then you know, and then it's like, okay, there's footage in there, all right, now how do I cut it?
Right. No, for sure. Yeah.
And then eventually you know like all the different little facets of the, because dude, when I see his FL Studio, like when he's showing me a project or beat he's working on, he's like, yo, come look at this. I see his workspace and I'm like, is this like a spaceship, bro? Like, what are all of these menus?
Yeah, it gets a little wild in there for sure. You definitely gotta know how to navigate.
Yeah.
So, like, FL Studio is crazy. Like, I can't lie. If my dad didn't show me that back in the day, I don't even know where I'd be today for real. Cause man, it's just crazy.
That's crazy to think about. To think like if that never happened or like that trip
small
never happened.
micro moment.
Yeah. What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't involved in music at all? Did you like play sports in school or anything?
I would probably have someone's daughter impregnated and be like at like a forklift job going crazy. I think that's
Going crazy.
yeah. I think that's where I'd be somewhere. Like I don't know, but yeah, that's. I'd look back on that day every day like, yo, I was skating and I pulled up and like this was here. Now I'm on 100 episode. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
That's sick, man.
Small moments, bro.
Were you really good at skating back when you skated?
I mean, I used the craziest trick I could do was a big spin.
Backside big spin?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I can't
That
do
was
backside big spins.
But that was it.
He got me litter and skate.
That was it. Other than that, like I could do heel flips, I could do kick flips, I could do all the basics, you know what I mean? Like cuz I was like there was a time in my life where I was like, yeah, I want to be sponsored. Like that's what everyone wanted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everyone like, I want to be sponsored, bro. And
I'm
so
having stickers on my board.
yeah, right. It's so crazy. I'm like completely different. Like,
Did you skate the Brotherhood Park back in the day?
over there? Where was it at?
It was over right before you get to downtown Fort Myers.
Right,
there by that
yeah.
racetrack.
I was a big Brotherhood fan. Like,
Dude, I about cried when that shit closed.
yeah,
Tragic.
so crazy.
Do you remember the skate shop too? The skate shop had the half pipe in the back.
That was where I bought my board.
That was amazing. Dude.
That's where I bought my board.
Heck
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, bro. It's just
Legendary.
Yeah,
shit's
shout out
crazy.
to them because I feel like I wouldn't skate if it wasn't for like I went to that skate shop, went to that skate park with me and him and our brother and dad like over the summers. That's the reason I like skating, you know.
Right.
If that wouldn't have happened, I don't know where I'd be.
Exactly. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. I was like, I don't even know what got me into it. Like, I think it was the people I was around. All my friends like that I was around were like skater type people. Like I was always like cool with like every type of person. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool with this group, cool with this group, cool with this group. And I just like gravitated towards skating. So like I was still cool with everyone, but I just like when I was bored, I used to like just manual like for days. That was my thing. Yeah, that was my thing for sure.
Sling shredded too. Did you ever skate with Sling or was that after?
No, Sling. We've skated on multiple occasions.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we back in the like day when I was skating. You know what I mean? He used to skate too. So like it wasn't like once the music came in, that shit kind of it was
Passion died.
yeah, it was over with. So like around 15, 16, it was dead. But yeah, I for sure was trying to go crazy. Like I thought I was the next big thing. Like you couldn't tell me otherwise.
Yep.
You feel me?
Let me ask you this: do you still look at the world from a skater perspective? Like you still see like a 16 stair with a rail down it, and you're thinking like, bro, that's totally skatable.
Bruh, like I can see other people doing it, but I couldn't see me because I'll go on TikTok and see some of these people and like see what they're doing. I'm like, bro, this shit's wild.
Skating's crazy nowadays.
Y'all are crazy as hell. What?
Yeah.
They be doing all types of shit nowadays. I'm like, bruh, no sir.
Yeah.
It was cool when y'all was just staying on the ground, but now y'all flying, backflip, twirly.
And
like,
the consistency, dude. Like back in the day, the contest you'd see like kickflip crooked grind, and it'd be like, whoa,
right,
my god. And
fire.
now it's like the dudes in Street League, they'll try to tray flip into it and nollie flip out, and then if they don't do it first try, they're like, dang it, I lost.
Right, exactly. It's just like, bro, you understand the difficulty behind that? You had to scrape your leg a lot to get to that.
For real.
Like, bro, that shit is no joke. I had some horrible injuries. That's another reason why I had to put it up, because, boy, I was fucking myself up on them shits, man.
Yeah.
It
Yep,
was,
I hear you.
no, sir. I was like, yep.
Even today, dude, my wrist is like, I fell the other day when we were skating and like just smashed my wrist and it like couldn't do push-ups or anything for the whole week. And then it was feeling better, and just today I was skating and just right before that, before we were recording, and fell on it again. It's probably good. I just got to stay off it for a bit.
Yeah, I would relax on that.
Yeah, I got
for
to
a
get
little
off the
bit.
dang board.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Hey, you want to take a real quick break? Change that battery. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, we can take a real quick break, and we'll be right back. Enjoy the ads in the meantime, and we'll be right back with episode 100 with Mar Lovacé.
Yes, sir.
This podcast is brought to you by Anchor.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast?
When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had a lot of questions like, How do we record an episode? How do we get our podcast on all the apps people like listening? How do we make money from the podcast?
And the answer to every one of these questions is simple. Really simple, actually. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
And now, Anchor can match you with sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid right now. In fact, that's what we're doing by reading this ad.
And see, I got mad love for Anchor because we are... How long are we into this podcast? A year and 8 months?
Yeah.
Almost. We're gonna be coming up on 2 years soon.
Yeah, dude.
In fact, next month will be 2 years. And I gotta say, 2 years to this date, Anchor is the only ad that's been rocking with your boys. So.
And we've never had a complication.
No, never a complication with Anchor.
We got it out every Monday.
They really are the greatest distributor service that we could ask for.
So if you've always wanted to start your own podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start.
I can't wait to hear your podcast. Yes!
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, every year they get...
And they hook them up fat. They do giveaways and they'll have like 6 GoPros they're giving away. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I think it's like 400 a piece or some shit.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yep. We gotta get on that, man. We gotta get on that. Couple quick things, dude. Do you have a dream car?
It was a Tesla. I ain't gonna hold you, but I know a couple people with Teslas, and they telling me that they got a little bit of problems. I don't know. I do like Audis too. I do like them. And like, if my dream from a kid was a McLaren, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
McLarens go crazy.
Nice. Anytime I see one on the road, I'm just like,
It's just like, bro, you have money.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
get it. Just go home.
You're going to Naples.
Right, exactly. You're going straight to Naples, going to, you know what I mean? Yeah, just relax.
As far as Teslas, would you get the SUV or the sedan thing? Or like even like the... They've got even
I heard the SUV goes way crazier than the sedan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be the vibes for me, for sure.
For sure.
What's
He wants
the sports?
Tesla.
Yeah, I did. Before I got the Genesis, I was having to talk about wanting to get a Tesla.
I still kind of want one, but I want like the second model. Like, I feel like the first model was just like one of those, let me see what works and what doesn't, and then the second one we're gonna power up what doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like the newer, once they drop the second wave of Teslas, those would probably be the ones for sure.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Teslas are going crazy. Like,
Yeah.
the acceleration in the Tesla is unmatched.
Crazy,
Yeah.
yo.
Wasn't the Roadster supposed to come out like? Isn't it supposed to be out pretty soon or something? The sports car, the Roadster.
I've got no clue. I think so.
Because I thought that
I
they had
don't know.
talked about that like years ago. That they're like, Roadster's about to come out, and it's like dumb fast.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I did hear about that too. Like, I heard the Tesla trucks are gonna be fire.
Yeah.
Drew,
Yeah.
Drew's gonna get
Yeah.
one, and I'm definitely gonna be in that bitch all the time. Mr.
Heck yeah.
Atomic Kicks, for those who don't know.
We're gonna be sliding
Legend
right.
shit.
Facts.
Sliding right. That's what's up.
I'd be stoked to see what Tesla looks like in like 10 years. You know what I mean? Because they're
They're gonna hover.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And that's how
Them
Elon
shits
Musk
are gonna
talks
be
about it
off the
too. He's like,
ground.
well, we have so much land occupied here. We need to go here.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
just
he
like,
actually said the Roadster
Can.
could be able to.
Yeah, he said that it has jet capability, like it has some sort of like jet technology with the way it's like propulsion or some shit, and it said it could actually elevate
For,
and, like
for a period of time.
for a
that
little
man
short period of
Elon's
time.
about to, bruh. We're all gonna be on hover shits in like 5 years, fucking around with him, bro.
Yeah.
This man be
yeah.
this
for
man
real.
be in the factory, like, you know what? What crazy shit could I do? Oh, let me make a flamethrower in the meantime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all
what?
buy that up real
Right?
quick.
Yeah. Just go
Increase my capital a little bit. All right, release.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that man's crazy.
Yeah, and even just at Gulf Coast down the road, I remember when they built the Tesla charging stations, it was like no one was ever there. If you ever saw a Tesla charging in there, you were like, whoa, what is that?
Exactly.
It's like exotic Pokemon or something. But
Exactly.
now you see it and it's like you gotta wait. There's like a wait time because there's like they're
It's
occupied.
lit now.
Mm-hmm.
Mad people got
And it's only
Teslas.
been like 5 years since that. You know what I mean?
Electric cars go crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely want to get one just to be like eco-friendly. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm too much of a like gearhead to be fucking around with the Tesla.
I feel
honestly.
that. I feel that.
Yeah, like I fuck with them. Like, definitely has its pros for sure. I could see driving itself, all that super sick. But yeah, something about like feeling that engine.
I feel like
when
for
you hit the
efficiency, the Tesla's where to go. For like fun, something.
I would daily a Tesla. Have a little McLaren
Right.
or something on the side for the
Yeah.
weekends or the nighttime vibes.
Take that out with your
Facts.
girl.
Yeah, I would daily a Tesla for sure.
Teslas do look nice though.
They
They're
do.
Like a
They're
gold.
I fuck
nice.
with.
Yeah, dude.
I fuck with the way they look.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
they're just like they look like they're fire. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't look like a half-ass whip. For
Yep.
real. And like some of the features in there are fire. Like, not
yeah.
gonna lie. Like I've made a beat in a Tesla before.
What?
Wow.
That's
Wow.
insane.
Yes, went crazy.
Went crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I had to tap in for sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and they got
That's
like whole
legendary.
modes too, where like that you like, bro. I don't even know the half of it, but they got modes where you can like convert the whole car converts to where you like sleep in it or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know how this man does it, but Elon, that man is on a whole nother planet for sure.
Yep.
Yep. No, he really is. He really is. Another question I have too. What does a day in a life look like with you?
I wake up like, damn, I wish I would have got more sleep. I proceed to look at my phone like, damn, I'm definitely going to respond to all of you very soon.
Very soon. Just
Hours
not
go
right.
by, get sidetracked. Fuck, I'm going to respond to you, I promise. Doing something. Normally I have a session or something. 8 o'clock rolls around. Fuck, I still haven't responded to you guys. I promise in like an hour I'm gonna respond. Get sidetracked again. It's 12 o'clock. Respond to everyone. Yo, I'm sorry, I was busy all day. But I'd normally be busy all it's just been a higher demand for me to work recently. So it's like in the times where I'm not working, I need to like decompress.
Yeah.
And I don't like messaging people. Like people, every time I say this, everyone's like, "This is such an excuse." But it's like, if you text me, and I know that text message is gonna need some thought, I'm not gonna text you right away because I don't want to half-ass send you something.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be like send you something real quick and it just be half-ass. I want to like dissect what you sent me and then respond because I respect you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I normally try to stay off my phone though. Like for the most part, I'm super huge on like investing and things like that. So a portion of my day goes to learning new investments and how to like make my money work for me type vibes. And then another portion is me like I'm a nerd, so I'm always on YouTube learning something. Like I try to watch YouTube literally every single day on something to learn. Like
That's so sick.
period. You know what I mean? Like there's no one in this world that's to the point where they can't learn something. You know what I mean? So like even the best could learn something new to make their craft a little bit better. So I'm always learning something, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much how my day goes. Like it's just a constant learn, session, plot, you know what I mean? Like pretty soon I'll be in the content creation world. I'm trying to be more outside, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I've been a ghost for so long. But I kind of want to start showing people who I am, you know what I mean? Like, so that's going to definitely be on the daily soon.
When you say content creation, are you talking like vlogs or?
Nah, I'm not letting people in on that deep yet. No, sir. Y'all get minute clips. That's about it.
Or even I've heard of people like live streaming their sessions or something. On Twitch.
I'm not gonna lie. I've Instagram live one time this year, and way more people pulled up than I thought. I was like, "Hey, yo, what the hell is this? What? Like, I don't even be on IG." It was lit though. Like, how much? Like, even though I'm not like in front of the camera all the time, or you know what I'm saying, here or there, like there's still a solid group of people that support me behind closed doors. So it's like nice to have that and know that, and I'm hoping that some of these endeavors that I'm going through, like I could show my appreciation to a lot of people, you know. So, but yeah, that's as far as my day to day goes, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like T-Pain is on a super dope
Bro, T-Pain's going crazy. His new run that he's on is... This man came out of nowhere and revived his career tenfold.
Bro, crazy.
Yeah.
Like, insane. But I don't like... That was probably the biggest inspiration I've had lately. Just because it's just like... This man didn't say, oh, I'm old. None of that. Obviously, he's up there in age. But he came back and literally started shitting on everyone.
Yeah.
Started doing streams. He's in all these interviews. He's headlining this. He's doing that. He's making new records. It's just like... He's like a statement showing like... It doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to decompress. Sometimes you might have to take 3 or 4 years off. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
But you can come back and you can still make something of your life in whatever aspect you want it to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter how old you are. Because he's up there. Like, he's not like an old, but he's an old head in music ears. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like what he's doing is super dope. Like, he's showing people like it doesn't matter what your age is. You can still go crazy.
And the coolest part is that it just seems like everything he does, it's like making him so much money, I'm sure. And he's just doing what he wants to do, like playing video games on a stream.
Vibing. Like, he's just like, yeah, today I feel like going crazy on the beats. Yeah, today I feel like streaming video games. Yeah, today I just feel like
podcast or something.
He just does whatever he wants and makes a shit ton of money.
And then doesn't he, I might be wrong in this, but doesn't he produce like beats and stuff, and he has like a catalog for that of just free, like anyone can access, just like beats and stuff.
I think so. I think he has a little catalog of beats where people can go and kind of just like do like demo records and things like that.
I think that's sick.
Yeah, it's super dope, and especially because people don't really know him as a producer. You know, they know him as T-Pain, the singer. So it's like, there's him doing this Twitch and like showing his actual personality. He should have honestly been shown his personality because he has a great personality.
Bro, he's an awesome person.
Yeah, like he's a super funny dude, like super humble. But like, it's glad to see that he's getting his flowers now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
dude, he had a hilarious little video where he was filming himself show his DMs, and he's like, "I had no idea that he like didn't know you. There was the requests side or something." And he's like, "All these verified people have been trying to talk to me."
He's just, bro. He probably that was probably like the most heart dropping shit he's probably ever seen. Like, damn, I could have made this play. I could have had this. I could have done this song. I thought these people hated me.
For real, all these blue check marks.
Right. That was probably so crazy. That's why you gotta stay up on your technologies, guys.
Yeah, that's it. For real.
Yeah, I'm an old head when it comes to technology. Can't hold you. I don't be wanting to be on nothing. You know, I'm not trying to be on. I be on like, well, not really. Never mind. I'm capping. I'm not even gonna say that. I don't be on social. Like, people will be tagging me and shit. I'm sorry if you feel slighted that I didn't repost it, but 9 times out of 10, sorry, probably didn't post. I probably didn't open up my IG that day. Like, I just don't be on it like that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to be better moving forward. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of different like new ventures that I'm in. It's a lot of things behind the scenes. A lot of, you know what I mean. So I know that I'm gonna have to start being a more social media person. You know?
Yeah, it's not always easy. I mean, I struggle with the same thing, man. I need to be more active. You know, it's a job too. At the end of the day, bro. You know,
bro, because you don't want to post nothing corny.
Yeah,
you don't want to post nothing.
And it's just
corny.
like we were saying about the forced stuff. Like
you can't hard post some corny
right,
shit.
Like come on. But it's like. You just don't, like, that's another thing with me. Like, I'm super over analytical, and like there was a point where it was like giving me anxiety to post. That's how I knew. I'm like, all right, I gotta stop doing this, because it's just like I like am just like super analytical of anything besides like making music. For some reason, like engineering, not that over analytical. It's dummy easy for me. Making beats, dummy easy for me. I'm not really overthinking it. Making a song, over analytical. Posting content, super over analytical. Posting anything on it, it's just like, it's just that world. It just gives me anxiety. So it's like, I knew, like, it's crazy. I just gotta know. I know I need to focus more on getting better at, you know what I'm saying, just letting it be. But I'm not trying to hard post any corny shit though.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna need y'all to tap in. Like, if I post some corny shit, DM me immediately. Like,
that
hey,
down.
bro,
Sorry.
this ain't it, my G.
Same shit.
And I'll be like, bet. And I'll archive that bitch so quick, you have no idea. So, yeah, that's the type of time I'm on now.
I'll be watching
Yes, sir.
that.
Yeah,
I'll be
for
watching
sure.
that.
Definitely.
We live in a crazy time where it's like kind of like poisonous almost, because it's like now we live in a time where anyone can do anything. Like through social media, you can like you can be a millionaire off of Twitch streams. You can be like model off of Instagram. You can like all these things that are just on your phone that everyone has capability to access and like utilize. It's almost poisonous because then everyone's thinking they have to, because they're like, oh, if I just post consistently and have engaging posts and whatever, like I could be a famous artist one day, or if I like post a daily YouTube video, I could be like a YouTuber and stuff.
Right.
And all that is absolutely true, but at the same time, it's just like with any artistic endeavor where it's like it's gotta call you, it's gotta be natural, it can't feel forced, because then it's like not fun, and it's and then it just comes off as cheesy and forced when the viewers are looking at it. So you're never gonna gain that like organic following if you're just, I have to post every day at 10 a.m. so that the algorithm shows me to everybody. It's like that's true, but at the same time, it's like, bro, if you're having anxiety or you're like not having a great day and don't have anything to post, don't post. Like it's not the end of the world. It's
not the end of the world. You don't gotta get 10,000 likes on your picture. You don't gotta get 1 million plays on your video for it to impact someone, and that's something that I had to, because like I was so like infatuated with the numbers of things, because I've been involved with a lot of things that have done so many like crazy numbers that I felt like if I didn't get X amount of plays or X amount of views or X amount of likes, that I'm slack or I'm not good enough or I'm not doing it. But it's just like, that's not the case, bro. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Like, you just gotta post and eventually something will catch. If not, you gotta rework your post. Like, that's just all it is. It's like a trial and error thing, So it's like, I don't think like anyone should be like that over analytical about posting on Instagram or anything like that. It's just, that was just something, like I had really bad anxiety about a lot of things for a small period of time. Well, pretty large period of time. Like there was, I couldn't get out of my own head, bro. Like that's just, some people have that, and that's just where I was. So I just stopped posting and stopped being on social media like at all,
Yeah.
So.
And you got to, because it can be a vicious cycle, especially as an introvert, like if you're like constantly trying to be available and go out and like you show yourself and post a vlog and like this and that you're supposed to do according to like how other people have made successful artistic lives and like are millionaires now. It's like for someone who just really needs to step back and like plug themselves in and recharge socially for a bit, it's like you need to have that. You need to have those periods where you're just ghost and go off social media and stuff, because like it's so draining, dude. You can have that zero battery on yourself for so long and not realize it.
Right. No, 100%. That's another thing that I've learned, especially within anything creative, is like learning when to take a break is important. The better you are at learning when to take a break. Oh, what's up, pup? The better you are at learning when to take a break, the better you are at whatever you're doing, because essentially you're recharged enough to go as hard as you can. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's something that I had to learn, like just when to take a break. Because I used to be, oh, no sleep gang, 20 hours in, no one's working harder than me. That, like, you're working against yourself at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And burnout's a bitch that a lot of artists don't recover from. You know?
Start being so trash and you think you're doing some fire shit, and then like you look back and then you're just like, damn, I fumbled. Like, you know what I mean? But I haven't had that problem. I'm way better at balancing like my like, I know when to stop now. Like, I'll literally be doing a mix, and like, even if it's the deadline, I'll be like, hey yo, sorry, but this ain't happening on the deadline because I need another day. That's just what it's gonna have to. I'm not gonna let you just put out dog shit. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna need another day. Like, I'm not about to force this through just because you want to get it in. Like, no. Like, I'm gonna try. I normally meet my deadlines, but there's been like 2 or 3 occasions where it was just like, there's no way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sorry that, it wasn't that day, but it was literally the day after, but it's like, they thought they, you know what I'm saying, they thanked me in the end. Like there's like, yo, okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Shit was fire. It's like I wouldn't. That was the extra day. That was literally that I did all of that extra shit the extra day. You know what I mean? So it's like you just gotta know when to just call it quits and just take a break for a little while.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Do you want to get into this game?
Yeah, dude, this is exciting. So I'm so happy that you were down to try this because me and Danny have had we've been rolling around ideas for like things we could do on the show to kind of like get listeners involved and like something different than just talking, you know?
Right.
And so we got this idea of this little card game. And for those listening, if you've played Taboo, it's very similar. We have a stack of cards here that have a subject that one player needs to get the other player to guess, and it's got a bunch of words you're not allowed to say, and you get a time limit and a prize. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set it all up, but we've got 20 cards here, and 3 of them are golden. And the golden cards are much more difficult. And even getting one golden card guessed, you automatically get a prize no matter how many others are guessed. And if you get 10 out of 20, at least 50%, you win the prize.
Gotcha. Okay.
So does that sound like a deal?
Leg eat it.
Okay, I'm so stoked for this. So, and I made the cards. Danny has not looked at them. These were all like developed by me so that he doesn't know what's under them, obviously. And if you're listening, you know, you can play along because as we're like trying to get the guesses and whatnot, you can try guessing too. And if you click over to YouTube, we'll have a camera angle on the cards themselves so you could actually see what's trying to be guessed and all of that. So let me get this set up real quick.
Sounds like a plan.
Heck yeah.
So like I just have to like not say it, but like kind of just give him hints like.
Yeah, you'll have to describe to me what the word up top is without saying the 5 words listed below.
Oh, okay.
You gotta get him to guess it.
Okay, that's a bet.
Yeah. Yeah, we got this. We're gonna rack up some points real quick.
Yeah, Danny's pretty good at this game, and this is something we like to play like with our family and stuff.
I'm good enough to describe whatever's on these cards.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping I can guess them good enough too. Believe me.
Man.
I don't know what he wrote down. I don't have a clue.
I think y'all will love it.
This man made our own deck of cards.
That's hard.
That's legendary in
what
itself.
What a flex, bro. Like, this shit. These shits look like you put some time into them too.
Seriously, that's
like,
what I said.
This man's
Like,
thoughtless through.
fuck?
My dog got the pops on deck. Okay.
There we go. All right, and so once the 5 minutes, you're gonna have 5 minutes, and once it starts, you can choose any card, just pick it up, look at it. If you can't find a way to get him to guess it, or the clues just aren't working, you can put it back face down, pick a different one up, and just keep going. And then once the 5 minutes is up, leave the card flipped over if he does guess it, and then we'll just count how many are flipped over and determine the prizes and all that.
All right. That's
Sound
about
good?
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna
let's
phone
get it.
out.
Like,
Restart this.
bro, I'm about to try to, man.
Yeah.
I'm on like 2 hours of sleep. Let's see what I can do, boy. Yeah, I mean, I took a little nap. That's how I knew I was tired. I haven't taken a nap in years.
Yeah, naps feel good, man, when you need them. Fuck, they hit right.
I've heard they're super good for you, like a good 20, 30 solid minute nap.
Yeah, I've just never been a napper.
Me either. Dude. I need to like just work and then just go to sleep.
Right,
You know?
but it's just like once 12 o'clock hits, my thoughts start to go crazy. And then I'm up until 7 every time.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah, I saw a meme that was like, overthinkers be like, and it shows a person like trying to fall asleep, and then they open their eye and they're like, where did I put my birth certificate?
Bro, that's
so
like kind
me,
of how it
dude,
is,
yeah.
bro. Like literally last night, I texted my little sister because like I agreed to go vibe with her, and we, you know what I'm saying, went shopping and shit like that. And I was just like, bet I'm gonna be up at 9. I'm going to sleep right now. And I lay down, and then I just like I was just like thought of some shit, and then I got up and like maybe I should clean up real quick. So then I just start cleaning up, and then now it's 2, and I'm just like, oh, let me do this Sling mix real quick. So I finished up like adding like an intro to one Sling song, and now it's like 4:30. I'm like, oh well, let me check out my finances. Sorry, and now like, and then I'm just like, fuck, now it's 7.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
Out of there. All right, we ready to go?
I get it.
Yeah.
All right, heck yeah. Okay, 5 minutes on the clock, starting now.
All right, let's see what we got. He just went to the moon.
Oh, Fuck, what's that guy's name, bro? Jeff Bezos.
Boom.
Let's go, dude.
Damn. See, this one's hard because I don't want to say anything fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this one down.
Alright, bet.
Oh shit, that's a hard one.
Dude, if you can get some of the gold ones, bro, I made them difficult.
The movement of your foot upwards at an angle.
Kickflip?
Boom.
Oh my!
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Gold
dude.
card secured.
Let's go.
They had a song, and then there's like, what a wonderful phrase. And it's from, I think it's Disney. It's Disney. There's a lot of animals that have been involved in this song.
Wait.
Ain't no passing things. It means blank for the rest of your days.
Are we
Yeah.
talking Lion King?
Okay, we're getting close. What did he say at the beginning of the song?
Yo, was it Hakuna Matata?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go. Fuck, that one took a
no, I'm
minute.
not even gonna try that one. Sheesh. Wait. Oh shit, this is hard. It's a type of genre, but it's onomatopoeias. It has something to do with music. Onomatopoeias.
We talking dubstep?
No, those are not. The words.
Oh, we talking ad libs?
No, the words are onomatopoeias, meaning they're sounds. Like the genre is two sounds.
Like pow.
Right.
That's onomatopoeia.
Bro, I'm blanking.
That one's tough. That one
Yeah.
I did not know if Danny would be able to guess it.
Charged up. I'm not gonna do this one either. I can't do it. Shit.
We got 2 minutes left.
Damn it. Okay. All right. Oh, that's easy. He's the GOAT when it comes to doing a lot of tricks on one of the cards that we have done.
Oh, okay. Are we talking Najee Houston?
Nah, older head.
Tony Hawk?
Boom, right there.
You got this.
I did what I had to do to go and get
Sling.
it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Super cringe. People post small form content on it.
TikTok. Let's go.
Here we go.
Goats with the lineups and other.
Ace of Fades.
Boom.
Let's go.
1 minute left.
Drake once said it in his song that he didn't have time to do or pay for.
Taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes.
Yes. Well, is that considered? Okay.
You got it.
Okay. I'm not even gonna try that one. We talked about the car. It might hover one day.
Tesla.
Boom.
Yep.
30
not gonna do
seconds on the
that.
clock.
Not gonna do that one. Not gonna do that one. I'm trying to get one that I can. Oh, that's not gonna happen either. All right. I'm gonna just do this one. Quick scope, no scope.
Call of Duty?
Boom. What the hell was his name? I drew a blank. It's over with.
Solid. I feel like we did well.
I think we did well.
Let's see how we did.
Here you guys go.
You got 2 gold, bro. That's crazy. And now we're about the Drake, bro. That was sick. All right.
Heck yeah.
All right, let's
Was
see
that
what
a
we got.
gold one? The tax?
Yeah,
That's
the
actually
taxes.
a really dope feature that y'all added. No cap, because that's gonna have people like, bro, why didn't you say that? You know what I mean? In the comments.
All right, we got Tesla. We got income tax, Ace of Spades, TikTok, Sling, Tony Hawk, Hakuna Matata, Kickflip, Call of Duty, Jeff Bezos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let's go.
You got the 10, you won, and you got the gold card. So with the gold
Another
prize,
vibes, man.
you get to choose. You can either pick a piece of one of my art pieces from the wall,
Oh shit!
or you could choose the mystery box.
Oh shit.
Why do I always like to do shit that has a chance to it? That's so trash. I'm gonna choose the mystery box. I have
Mystery
to.
box?
Wait, actually, hold on. Your art's so gas.
The flamingo
though.
one is not mine, and the 2 Goku and Vegeta up top are not mine, but all the rest are mine.
Oh my gosh! But I'm so curious at what's the mystery box, bro. Is this the box?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to. You put it as yeah. I'm going with it.
All right. So
I
let's
have
reveal
to.
this.
Let's go.
Can I use your mic real quick, Danny? Like,
I feel like
actually,
it's-
no. I'll pull them over here.
I don't even know.
You're not gonna do all this, and I'm not gonna go. Like, you feel me, bro? Like, come on, bro.
Oh, there we
All right,
go.
we're busting out of here.
That's what's in it. Let's go.
Sheesh. Okay, so the top box is what you earn for winning.
Okay.
So what do we got here? We have first.
This is what we're calling a mystery box?
No, this is the prize.
Okay.
The bottom one is the mystery box.
Okay. Got
So
it.
this is just a little book for, you know,
Yes,
this
I
episode's going to
actually
go
do
right at the
read.
beginning of Halloween. That's just a bunch of spooky stories from
Okay.
Stephen King and stuff like that. This has been on my bookshelf for a while. Might be worth a lot of money one day. Volume 1 of the Naruto manga.
Yo, Sling is gonna flip when he sees this, bro. Oh my god, bro. You really giving this away?
You got, this is an unopened, Perfect Sequence is a band around town that's super dope.
Okay.
And this is an EP of theirs that they released, The New Beginning.
Shout out to Perfect Sequence. I'm gonna have to tap in.
And then these are just some cute little things. Couple cool little cards. I don't know if you're into DBZ, but
I am into Dragon Ball for sure.
we got
Okay.
Super Saiyan Kid Goku, we got Vegeta,
These are hard,
we
yo.
got Trunks, little Kid Goku guy,
Yo.
and then a Shiny Knight and Guinevere.
So have you ever played Dragon Ball Z?
I've never played the card game.
I've always been interested in how it's played.
Yeah, I've never gotten
Same
into
here.
it.
Yeah.
Like how.
And I've
it's
had
just
cards here and there, but never like actually played it.
Like, yo, I appreciate you.
They were more like collectible for me. Like if I got a Vegeta card, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna just hold out of that. And then the mystery box, we have a couple things. So
It's all gold too. I had to tap in.
So you get this with the mystery box. This is just a gold card
Fire.
from the game. You can hold on to that. This is a one-of-a-kind Cloud Kent painting that he
Oh,
gave us
shit.
when he was on the show. Don't know what episode it is off the top of my head, but if you're on YouTube, you can find it. Cloud
Fire.
Kent. One of my favorite episodes. Cloud
Yeah, that
Kent
was
is a
fire.
G.
I'm gonna have to watch the episode and tap in. This is fire, yo.
And then, yeah, he's a dope dude. He had heart surgery and stuff, so, like, he has a lot of heart, like, imagery in his
Whoa.
pieces because he, like, just sees his life as a blessing and stuff since he almost died.
Yo, I just got the loud pack for the
And then
free ski.
these are
Heck
some
yeah.
stickers from
We killed
Catharsis
that game.
Tattoo, who we had on a couple times on the podcast.
I'll
this
put
is
these on
a-
my speakers.
Fellow grip tape painter who sent me that sticker, and then
Oh, I'm gonna put this on my skateboard.
sticker from Andy
There you
Howell,
go. There you
Judah's
go.
Garage sticker, and then just a little grip sticker I made of a Legend of Zelda treasure chest,
Fire.
and a City of Palm shirt.
Yes, sir. Got the merch on deck. Yo, these stickers are tough.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. This
So
is
you got it all, bro.
Man, I just came up low key.
Heck yeah.
That was so sick that you pulled that off.
Yeah, I'm
Yo,
stoked we got
When it
that.
was at the 2 minute, I'm like, I don't know how many cards are in that stack.
I know,
I was
and then I
like,
was just like, I gotta go turbo. Like, I
Yeah,
gotta
we
go-
cranked them out for a
Yeah,
second
dude.
there. Yeah, that was
The
nice.
Tesla one, you're like, we talked about this. The
Right.
car
Yeah,
hover.
yeah.
Bro, that's
on my
actually
McLaren,
I could
I'm
see how people play that, and especially if you get lit and with a whole group of friends. That would be
Right.
Yeah.
dummy fun.
Yeah.
we
That's
always
a
play with our
fire
family
little
and it's fun,
addition,
So I
like-
figured, like, if we did a local one where there's, you know, Sling and Ace of Spades, cards
Mm-hmm.
like that, like, you know, and things we talk about a lot, like Tesla and Amazon and shit, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's cool. I want to look at one of the things that you said, like, that he couldn't talk about. Harley Davidson.
No,
can't
no,
say
that's
motorcycle,
not.
bike.
This
chopper.
one was the one because
That's
I didn't know.
crazy.
I didn't know. I couldn't.
Yeah, the words on that one are like
Oh, that's
pretty
crazy.
And
You
there was
can't
no
say shit.
exactly. There was nothing. There was
Yeah.
nothing.
What was the other gold card? Oh, boom bap. That's what he
Boom
was saying.
bap,
That was a great
onomatopoeias.
way to guess it. It's onomatopoeia.
That was solid. Yeah,
Yeah,
now that I
like-
know that. Wow.
Yeah, I was actually impressed with myself too. I'm like, yo, for a half-ass being awake, I'm doing a great job. Like,
Yeah, that was solid, bro.
That was.
And if you were listening, like I said, we have video, we have decorated studio and everything for this special occasion.
Tap
so
into the YouTube.
head over to YouTube, you know.
100th
head
episode.
over to the YT. You feel me?
Got to.
And if you guessed them all right too, DM us. DM us if you got all of them right and guessed alongside.
Comment your
Daniel.
answers as you're watching.
Yeah, once we do
Right,
it live,
because
we
there,
can do
yeah,
shit
there's
like
a facts. You guys definitely got to get on the Twitch vibes a couple of times.
Yeah, man. We've really been discussing it. We
Right.
want to.
Because
Right.
not only that, because live would be just a whole nother element of the show, but
Right.
editing. Because if we go live, we can have like a camera switcher on like the keyboard or something, and then I won't have to edit for 8 hours a week. I can just
Facts,
you know, 'cause
yo.
all I do is cut the camera angles on him.
Right.
Camera angles on him. on me.
Right.
So, and if you just do
So-
it live,
Bro, facts,
edit
bro.
in real time.
Right, like you will be essentially doing more things, but using less time.
Exactly.
Like you'll have a whole new avenue of like revenue stream because you'll be doing a live, and then you can just bust that down, and you won't have to do the editing too much because you're live editing. Yo,
And that's the
come
majority.
on, y'all are asleep. Y'all better
Hey,
get on that
hey.
ASAP.
Because other
Yeah.
than Saturdays, this is when like we do podcast work. But then throughout my week, I'll have like throughout my days at work, I'll like be editing the podcast, edit part 1, edit part 2, like do the highlight clips. But if I didn't have to do any of that, bro, I could put we could put time and effort elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Episode 100 of Mini, bro.
Yes, sir.
This has been so sick. This is a great episode.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks
so glad
for
we
coming
had
on,
you
man.
over.
No
For real.
problem. Is there anything else you guys want to know? Have any thoughts on?
Do you have any last questions? I feel like we covered a great range of
Any last questions?
the history of Mar Lovacé.
Yes, sir.
I do want to ask. We touched on a little bit, but like, it's gotta be something different to work with like all the artists that you've worked with. Everybody's talented,
Mhm.
especially down here. So many people that you tap in with are
Right.
killing it. But like One Way TB, he's probably my personal favorite. Not even just in the community, but just
Man's goat.
yeah,
he
just
he don't
through
even
everything.
he don't even know he's
Yeah,
going like
yeah,
that.
Going
he's-
far.
He don't
going
even
far,
know,
yeah.
bro. You don't understand, bro. This man he doesn't even know. He's going.
What are the vibes like in a studio session with him and like with the whole gang just squatted up? I mean, I could just feel
Like with Sling in one way and
dude, I would pay money to sit in on that. Like just be there. I just want to be in the corner
Well,
off in a
it
chair
depends.
just watch.
with a notepad.
It depends. It like especially like it depends on if a whole bunch of people are there or if it's just me and TB locked in or if it's just me and Sling. 9 times if Sling's doing a song though, it's just me and Sling. And 9 times out of 10 if we're not going to like a big studio, like it'll be like me and TB or me, TB and Drew. Like he keeps it pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like he used to do the whole 1,000 people at the studio thing, and like there's rare occasions where he'll bring the city out, but he's not like that anymore. Like he likes to not be distracted. Same with Sling. They don't like distractions. Like they've had the studio sessions with 1,000 people. It was cool, but for the most part, it's like, hey, bro, how's your life been? Oh, crazy, fire. All right, boom. Now we're doing something. You know what I mean? Like we just lock in. You know what I mean? And like with TB, he has like this knack for like understanding like what goes on what, like, cause he's a writer. Like this, bro.
Dude's got bars for days.
Not only that, this man just writes a lot, bro. Like this man has like 1,000 records on his phone. I'm like, bruh,
Jeez.
you don't like. It's like one of those things where you don't want to tell him like stop writing, but it's like, bro, you really don't need any more songs, bro. TB, if you're watching this, you don't need any more songs. But it's like he likes to keep his pen sharp. So like he's gonna make songs regardless. Like there's no stopping, bro. Like, but in the session, it's just like we just connect, bro. It's like Shaq and Kobe. Same with Sling. Same way. It's like Shaq and Kobe. Like when we lock in, even with Vague, Ave, Liz, like there's a lot of people that I've gotten to a connection with where it's just like Shaq and Kobe. Like, we just understand each other, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I like to keep the people that I work with. Like, if I can't lock in with you on some, like, Shaq and Kobe vibes and we're throwing alley-oops to each other and slamming that bitch, it's like, there's no point of us working. Like, it's just what it is, you know what I mean? Like, because, like, I'm very hands-on with every song. Like, sometimes I like it a certain way, and I'll be very vocal about it. I'll be like, look, this or that ain't it, so we're gonna have to change it up. And I'm very stern on it, you know what I mean? That's just how I am. But it's like, it's not that I think like I know everything. It's just that I've literally done like so many songs that I know certain things. Like, I'll be, if I'm not gonna be vocal about something unless I've already looked at all the scenarios in which I could be wrong. And if they check out and I know I'm not wrong on all cylinders, I'm gonna be vocal about it for sure. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's just like laser focus, locking in, getting the job done type vibes with anybody that I work with, whether it's Ave, whether it's Sling, whether it's TV, whether it's Liz, whether it's Mark. There's a lot of people that I, you know what I mean, that I just super lock in with.
Mm-hmm. Anybody you haven't worked with, whether it be local or like more, worldwide, whatever. Anybody you haven't worked with that you're dying to? All
right, so I'm gonna do something. I'll pick one local person, and then I'll pick one person famous.
All right,
thank you so much for doing that too. Someone that I haven't worked with locally that I would love to work with. Let's see who there is. Because I've worked with a lot of people. I literally work with her, work with him.
Legend.
No. I'm trying to figure it out.
You ever work with King Rock?
No, I haven't. I'm not too, like, hip with, like, who he, you know what I'm saying, normally records and stuff with us. Mm-hmm. But I've heard some of his stuff. It's pretty good. I like the direction he be going in with his records and things like that. So
I feel like he self-produces.
Yeah. Damn. There's gotta be. I know that I've thought about this before. Like, yo, is there anyone out here that I haven't worked with that I would love to work with? I mean, do you guys have any people in mind that
C Stunna.
Yeah.
Oh,
C Stunna
yeah,
would be
C Stunna for sure.
See, we actually did work on something, but it just never came out. But low key, like, me and him would make some fire shit. Like,
he spits too. Like, his
he goes crazy. But I would love to work with Stunna one of these days if he ever, you know what I mean? If we ever cross paths. I don't like try to force shit. I don't like. Oh, I remember who it was. C Stunna's one of them, but Just Low.
Yeah,
okay,
dude.
yeah.
I right before he went crazy, I hit him up to do No Sorries, and I was like, yo, bro, you go crazy. And like, we're gonna work, and then, you know what I'm saying, his situation led to where he's at now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really like there from day one, so like, you don't have to just jump out to work with me. You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations where it's just like, I knew he was gonna go crazy when he was brought when he was brought to my attention. I was like, "Yo, how have I never heard of this guy?" Like, he goes dummy low key. But yeah, if it was anyone out here, it'd be definitely Just Low or C Stunna for sure.
Makes sense.
Just Low on No Sorries would have been crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
Is No Sorries 2 still in the works?
Yeah. So about that, no, I'm just kidding. There's just been a lot of ups and downs with certain things behind the scenes when it comes to No Sorries and miscommunications and things like that. But it's definitely still in the works, 100%. Like,
okay.
I think if the stars align and it does get done when I think it should get done, it's gonna go crazy.
I can only imagine.
Crazy.
Because even the first one, dude, that like led us to find so many people.
That's
like,
what I'm
saying.
But that's another thing. That's what I want to do for the city. It's like, no one really, like, everyone like gets popping and then leaves here and then don't like really do anything for anyone out here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying anyone really does anything for me, but it's like, I still don't forget what helped me develop into who I am. So No Sorries is like a passion project for me. Like, putting people that people normally wouldn't hear, and then under the same conglomerate type vibe, so that other people would be like, yo, I never would have even listened to this guy, but he's really good. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know or care really what I have to do to get it done, but I'm 9 times out of it's gonna get done. Feel me?
You heard it here first.
So I'm definitely gonna lock in, especially with the resources that I have now. Like, you guys are gonna start seeing like a little bit of. I got a lot of cool stuff that's about to come out, like with some of the collaboration with some people, and so it's like, yeah, there's new talent out here too that people don't know about that I'm about to lock in on to get for No Sorry. So yeah,
nice, dude.
That's
solid.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
On that note, if you wanted to look at this camera, you can plug anything you've got going on that you want the world to know about, or places you want to direct their attention to on the internet.
Well, shout out to the facility, Atomic Kicks. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All Freezy for getting me right. Tista for getting me right. You feel me? They definitely saved me because I almost was like, I don't know. I'm looking kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm trying to be on camera. But Freezy, she's like the greatest loctician out here. So she like, and she looked out for me, like last minute type vibe. So I'm like, yo, I'm forever in your dad. You feel me? So yeah, and shout out to Expensive Way Global as well. You're gonna see some things from them and me, and you know what I mean. So if there's anybody that I'm forgetting, I do apologize because my memory's dog shit. But just let me know and I will figure out a way to repay you. But yeah, shout out to all the artists that I'm working with too, like Liz, because she definitely doesn't get the credit she deserves. She's like the greatest vocalist I've ever met in my life, you know, so she definitely deserves her flowers. And yeah, anybody that like I said, I didn't. Oh, and even though that I don't talk to this person as much as I used to, shout out to Last Minute Customer because she goes crazy. She's insane. Like her whole aesthetic, her vibe. Like I wish she would put out more music. And yeah, that's about it. I don't think there's anyone that I'm forgetting too much. Well, Sling, TB, Pelly, Wavy J, all Logan, everybody. You know, just shout out everybody. You know.
Heck yeah.
Shout out the city.
Shout out the city. You feel me?
Because we wouldn't be here without y'all. That's what our show is wrapped around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like all these people are just assets.
Bro, they're huge in the building of, like, especially like even all the the Naples crowd, like Alex, Sino, Matt. Like,
oh yeah,
shout out to all them boys too because they, and Dom especially, because like
Slight and Backhouse.
Slight, bro, that's my bro. Well, me and Slight used to talk a lot more than we do now, and bro, he's just like a genuine ass person, bro. Like, he will probably be on those sorries too. I'm not gonna say anything, but if that ever does come out, it's gonna be crazy. Oh, shout out Andre too, and Saya, and yeah, and Sebastian, and
all them boys,
all them boys, bro,
killing it.
Yeah,
killing it,
everybody. So yeah,
yep, whole city's killing it.
Whole city, man, whole city, and Cappy, because he's the backbone for a lot of people, bro. A lot of people don't understand how much Cappy does, bro.
Yeah,
to these records, bro. So shout out him too, and Promo, and everybody else. Yeah, so yeah, that's about it for me.
Hell yeah, we need to have Slight back too. We've been saying it.
Yeah.
You're an intelligent man, Slight. I think you do great at this game. Let's have you back to the studio.
Yeah, it'd be funny as hell to see.
That'd be
Slight,
so cool.
Because like I can see him like in his head, like, how will I say this?
I think Loki would be great at it,
no, Sling would have a funny approach. I feel like he would talk you into believing whatever he said was the right idea. Well, the reason why I said that is because, like, you know, it'd be like, bro, nah, that's not it. But I'm gonna believe it because you're saying it with conviction. But yeah,
saying it with conviction.
Bro, this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
I was like a little worried about the card game. Wasn't sure how I was gonna go over, but bro, you killed it. Thanks again for coming over, dude. For real, it's been a pleasure.
No problem. Bro.
Where can they find us at, Danny?
You can find us at City of Palms Podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Especially YouTube.
Yeah, watch us on YouTube. With new episodes every Monday. We ain't slowing down. Episode 100.
We got the highlight clips on the Instagram. We're gonna, we got the short form content if you don't have the time for podcasts.
Yep.
This has been episode 100.
Yep.
Episode
Here's the mini
100.
Find us on TikTok.
Hit him with the outro biscuit.